What's going on, guys? It's Tyson Brown here, and in today's video I've got a common question I want to answer for you guys, and it's what are the best sources of protein? People ask, like, do I need a protein supplement? Should I take one? Am I getting enough protein in during the day? Some people just don't feel like don't really want to take a supplement, so they want to know what the best sources of protein are, right? And for me, I think protein supplements are very good. They're a supplement to your diet. I take protein supplements. Some of my clients do, some don't, and you don't need to. However, if you're not taking a supplement, you need to make sure that you're getting enough protein in during the day. So I'm going to share with you guys the top sources of protein that you guys can get from food that's going to be the most beneficial for you. Now, number one is milk. Yes, milk is the best source of protein you can get. It's a combination of whey and casein protein, so that means you're going to get the best benefit from it. It's great for you. You can have it. You could actually have that post-workout as opposed to a protein shake, right? Having milk is great, but make sure it's full fat too, because once milk is low fat and things like that, it starts getting tampered with. So always go for the full fat milk first. It's a little bit higher in calories, but it's a great source. A serving of milk, which is 250 mils, contains about 8 grams of protein per serving. Number two is eggs. Now, cooked eggs are the most bioavailable sources of protein that you can get, right? They're one of the most absorbed by the body. So when you think about eggs, you want to make sure that you're getting, I get about 1 to 2 a day, and each egg contains about 6 grams of protein. So if you're having 2 eggs a day, that equals about 12 grams of protein just from 2 eggs. Yes, they're also higher in fat. However, they're good sources of fat too. So eggs are a great source of protein, and they're easy. Once you boil them up or you cook them, you can pretty much add them to everything. Eggs are an awesome source. Number three is your fish. So when we talk about fish, there's 2 types of fish. There's white fish and there's fatty fish, right? White fish is your more leaner sources, like you can get bassa, you can get ling, you can get barramundi, whiting, all those sources, all those lean sources of fish. They're 100 grams, contains about 20 grams of protein. They're a good lean source. However, the fattier cuts of fish, like trout, like smoked salmon, like normal salmon, all of those are still really good sources of protein too. However, the colored ones are just going to be more fattier, but if you want to get the benefits of omega-3s and things like that, I suggest you go for a fattier cut too. I'll have fish about 3 to 4 times a week, and sometimes it'll be tuna, sometimes it'll be salmon, and sometimes it'll be something else like bassa. I always like to change it up. Fish is awesome source of protein, and it's a quick, convenient thing too if you buy some tuna. After fish, we're moving on to our meats. So now, number 4 is going to be chicken breasts. Now, chicken breasts are, they're a lean source of protein. You can cut all the fat off them, and they're really good. I love chicken. I eat chicken breasts pretty much every second day too. So 100 grams of chicken breasts also contain about 20 to 25 grams of protein per meal. And the reason chicken breasts beat red meat is because chicken breast is a leaner source too. After chicken breast, then you're going to go to your red meat. So you've got red meat. When you think about a leaner source, you can get kangaroo, you can get goat, you can get leaner sources like that. Otherwise, you go towards your beef, you go towards all that type of stuff too. Red meat is really great. So if you want to get a leaner source of red meat, here's what I suggest. Go for goat or go for kangaroo, or if you're getting a meat, just get a leaner cut, right? When you go for mince, make sure it's a 95 or a 90-10, so you're getting a better cut. However, if you aren't too concerned about fats, make sure you go for the grass-fed, but if you're going to get the fattier stuff, go for the grass-fed too. That's a good source of protein. Meat is awesome. I love red meat. All of this stuff I'll always alternate. I'll always have white meat one day, red meat the other day, just to keep things fresh. And no, unless you're consuming a lot of high amounts of meat, you're not going to get the cancer and all these other problems that people are talking about that you've heard about. After meat, then there's pork. So a lot of people do forget about pork, but pork's actually a really good source of protein. It's one of the only animals without trans fats, and also you don't want to just think about the bacon. You want to think about a good lean cut of pork. Yeah, it's a great source of protein, and you can get them cubed, you can get it in stir fry, so it's a leaner sauce, so you don't have to get all that extra fat too. When I say pork, you can also think of ham. So they're the main meat sources, right? The main animal sources. You've got milk, you've got fish, you've got eggs, you've got and all the meat sources, right? All the animals. Then you're going to move on to non-meat sources. So the first thing is going to be legumes and chickpeas, things like that, right? Now, usually I'll have a little bit of these every day, especially chickpeas. I love chickpeas. So what I would suggest is, however, all these foods like chickpeas, like what else I'm going to be talking about, they're a little bit higher in carbs and fats. So you don't want to be consuming as much. But chickpeas, legumes, kidney beans, things like that are another really good source of protein. Number 8 is tempeh. So I'm not a big fan of soy like tofu or soy milk because of the research that's been done out there. There's not enough research, and I wouldn't be giving people soy just because of the negative benefits that I'm not going to talk about here. This is for another topic. However, fermented soybeans like tempeh has been proven to be very, very healthy for you, and it's a really good source of protein. 100 grams of tempeh contains about 16 grams of protein, so it's a really good source, especially if you're a vegan or vegetarian or you're looking to go away from meat a little bit. I would suggest consuming tempeh. And then we go to hemp protein. Now, hemp protein a lot of people don't know about it. It has got a good source of protein in it, but like I'm talking about now, when I'm going lower down the list, these aren't going to be as important. Hemp proteins are still a good idea, like I said, if you want something different, give it a go. However, like I said, it's going to be a little bit higher in calories. And the last one is quinoa. Now, people think that, oh wow, no, quinoa is super high in protein. Well, actually, if you look at a serving size, it's only got about 5 grams of protein depending on the serving size, and it's a lot higher in carbohydrates. So what you want to focus on is getting your protein from lean sources of meat and dairy first, right? From animal sources, because they're going to be the best. However, if you want to cut down your animal consumption, or if you're a vegan or vegetarian, start working towards what I said. It's going to be a lot harder for you to get your protein needs in if you're a vegan or vegetarian and if you're avoiding animal products, so just be aware of that. So guys, that's the video for today. I'll just run over again really quickly for you. Just think about it. Milk, eggs, fish, chicken, red meat, pork, legumes and chickpeas, tempeh, hemp protein, and quinoa. Hope the video was informative. If you got any other questions, please make sure to comment down below, and please share this with friends and family so they know the top 10 sources of protein they can eat every day. So, till next time, speak to you guys then.